I'm Hunter Anderson, and this is my sister.
I'm Emily Rose Anderson.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do?
Interview our dad.
Yeah. And our mom.
Yes, and also our mom.
We're so glad to be here today. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Wow, Hunter, you're looking sharp today.
Yeah, wow.
Yes, I do.
You are looking good. Thank you so much for having us on the show. We really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
What have you learned?
From traveling in this RV from 1 month. For 1 month.
Yeah.
What have we learned? Wow, that's an interesting question.
Well, I've learned that the tires, when you check the pressure, you've got to be really careful because the tire valves, stem valves, like to stick. And so I'll check the pressure, everything looks good. When I pull the gauge off, multiple times it's just started letting air out.
Wait, it had a flat tire?
We kind of got a flat tire.
Let's see. We've learned a lot about traveling together and caravanning.
We were thinking Smokey and the Bandit, like one in front, lead car, calling back to let them know, hey, here's what's going on, here's what to watch out for, things like that. And it worked great, actually, going into LA.
Yes, we just keep each other on track.
So there's the nuances of it, there's the mechanics of the RV. We've learned so much about that, just different ways, like the airflow and things, just different parking and such, how much easier it is when there's two of us and I'm parking.
To park it, yeah.
Now, what we should talk about as well, living together in this small space, the whole family. It's awesome and it's annoying. Like there's times where, because we're all just right up on top of each other.
What we're learning is how to know what each person needs as far as space and not just physical space, but like mental space.
Yeah.
And maybe that means going out and doing something on your own for a little while, that kind of thing. Or do the kids need to go to the park and play with other kids? Like, is that's what needed? And then our personal space, like, do you just need to get out and leave for a couple hours? Do I need to get out and leave for a couple hours? That kind of thing. And then it's not, I mean, it's always going to be a work in progress, right?
Totally.
But that's like we're focused on that.
In regards to functionality, I'm amazed at how easy it is.
Yeah.
Like how easily we just transitioned right into it, and especially after this last month of being on the road, going from place to place to place. It's just amazing how well these kids are doing. Like how well everyone's handling everything. And yeah, there's times where it's just, you can tell people are starting to get on each other's nerves. Yeah. I'll tell you, I've been delightfully surprised at like how easy we were able to transition into this.
Yeah.
What was a happy surprise?
Yes, what was a happy surprise?
A happy surprise for me was the showering. So we have a 6-gallon hot water heater. 6 gallons. And some people can run out a 50-gallon hot water heater in one bath, right?
Yeah.
So we have a 6-gallon hot water heater. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's no way. Like, how are we going to shower all of these people on that? Well, we discovered that, happily, our water heater is really hot. First of all, it's set pretty hot. And then the other part is, since it's so small, it heats up really fast. So basically it can heat up the next tank while somebody's like in between time.
That sure was a happy surprise.
What about driving it? Is there any surprises about driving it?
Yeah. Actually,
I have a surprise about that too.
I am surprised at how quickly I got comfortable driving it. Like, and how quickly it became like driving this is kind of like how I drive, and then when I'm in DJ, I'm like driving as if I'm driving in a huge RV, and then I realize I'm like, I've got all of this lane that I could play in. I'm like
Something that surprised me is how anxious I get when you're driving. So if I'm leading and he's right behind me, like it's constantly checking on how he's doing, checking what's happening behind me. So I prefer to follow. If I'm following you, then I don't know, like you're right there in front of me, so I can see what's happening. Or we're miles apart, and so I don't know. And so then I'm anxious and nervous until we're there and parked. It's just interesting. Like, so I'm interested to see what happens when we start towing.
One thing I do want to say that I was surprised about is working on the RV, like how comfortable and confident in being able to get through situations. Whereas before we actually got into the RV, one of the things Kelly and I talked about was, I don't want to spend a bunch of time working or tinkering on the RV. I want something that's ready to go. We just hit the road, done, nothing to worry about. And since then, replaced the ceiling fan, fixed the water heater, like little things like cabinet doors and different things like that, and I just take care of it. And it actually has a whole level of satisfaction that I didn't think was going to be there, because I had a concern of like working on the car, and I'm not a car guy, but I'm a house guy. So if I look at it like I'm working on the house, yeah, like that's actually gone a lot better than expected.
What was an unhappy surprise?
What was an unhappy surprise?
An unhappy surprise would be keeping in contact with friends. And we can't just be like, hey, can we come over and play? Because we're not there. I want to keep better in touch with all our friends. There was a moment of homesickness, not for our home, but for the people that we like to be around. I mean, we're totally meeting tons of great people in the most random places.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And so that's awesome. So we're expanding the people we know.
The group of people that we know and things like that. Yeah, and I get what you're saying, because when we hear that somebody is hurt or going through something back in Phoenix, we want to be there.
Yeah, we want to go.
We want to be able to go and like support and give a hug, and not being able to just be there to do that is like, kind of just pulls on the heart. An unhappy surprise that I've discovered is when we don't have a place to park.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh, yeah.
We've had a couple instances where it's like the next step, and we've got accommodations for like the next 3 days, and then we don't know. And that's all part of the grand adventure of it. Yay! And that is not me. I'm the guy who likes to have it all dialed in, and so having that weigh on us, like unhappy surprise.
Yeah, definitely.
How about this? How about when we got stuck in traffic for 5 hours?
No, that was a happy surprise
Because we got to climb around the car.
Yeah, and do a dance party.
I'm going to go back to like the good surprises of, it seems to always work out one way or another. We've slept at a truck stop before, like 1 month in, and we've had all kinds of experiences that I was like, if you'd asked, I would have said, no, we're not interested in that. We're not going to make that happen. We are not going to sleep at a truck stop, because like I want to be able to have like this be a comfortable and trucks. It was comfortable. It was surprising. So
Parking at the truck stop and staying there for only one night, that was still okay, and it was amazing.
we're resilient. High five.
Yeah.
What would you tell people before they got started?
What would you tell people before they got started?
Yeah.
Is definitely be patient with yourselves. Take it slow, little steps. Not being attached to, I've got to have this solved and completed like today. And then the next step, and then the next step. And so that was, by piecing it apart, it made things a lot easier. And that's with anything along the way, whether it's finding a place to park or any of those things. And then just knowing that it's going to work out. Like, you got this far, it's going to turn out just fine. Slow down and just say, it's all going to work out. And so just knowing that it will work out, go for it. Have fun. That's the name of the game. Have fun.
Okay, I guess the interview's over and we are out.